So if you're new to management consulting, one of the things that you have to learn is how to take your client on a bit of a journey. That's what we're going to talk about this week. Okay, so what do I mean about taking your client on a journey? Well, inexperienced consultants or consultants that haven't been sort of in the game for very long will have a tendency to jump to solutions. So whatever field that you're working in, the client has probably hired you to help come up with a solution to something. And I'm not talking about, software solutions and things. That's, forgive me, but I don't consider that consulting. That's selling software. We're talking about management consulting, where you're looking at an operation and you're coming up with alternative ways of improving that operation perhaps. So typically what will happen with an inexperienced consultant is they'll just jump to a solution and they'll say, okay, client, this was the problem, this is going to be the fix, here's the bill, and they walk away. There's a couple of problems with that. One, you haven't really taken the client on the journey with you. And I see this time and time again with inexperienced consultants. You cannot just jump to the solution. So depending on your industry and what it is that you do, you have to take the client with you on that journey of discovery. Okay, so it might be, okay, here's the problem. We've dug beneath that problem. We've identified what the causes of that problem are. We've looked at the implications of the problem and what's going to happen in the future if we don't fix it. So that they've got to understand and appreciate all of that before you can actually come up with a solution that they're going to buy into. Then when you come to the solution, you can't really just offer one. It's not that simple. Imagine if you go to buy something, maybe you're going to buy a car or you're going to buy a home. You don't just look at one, do you? When we bought this home, I think we looked at 200. But as soon as we walked into this one, we liked it. I'm not really a car person, but if I was shopping around for a car, I wouldn't just buy the first one that I saw. I'd want to see alternatives. What are the pros and cons of the different things? It's the same in consulting. So whatever solution that you're developing for the client, you've got to show them options. And what do I mean by that? It could be budget options. So in our consulting business, we've just, for example, looked at a warehouse design, a very large warehouse for a client. And we've come up with some alternative types of equipment that they might want to consider using in the warehouse. So generally we'll come up with generally three options. There'll be the lower budget, lower tech one. There'll be the mid-range, sort of common approach, a bit more expensive, a bit more tech perhaps. It might work better for them. And then a lot of clients will often want to say, well, hey, what's the high-tech version look like? All the automation and the conveyor systems and so on. And so we might give them an indication of that as well. People want choices. They're probably going to go for the middle one, but you have to show them what the other alternatives are. Here's the lower budget, lower tech. Here's the higher budget, higher tech. Okay, I can now assess better whether that solution's going to fit us or not because I've seen the alternatives. Just presenting a client with one solution isn't necessarily going to help them that much. It's very difficult for them to make a decision. So I guess that's the key message this week is take the client on the journey with you through developing the solution, whatever it might be. And then as you're working towards that solution, have alternatives. And retailers are very good at this. Big business is great at this. There's always the add-ons, there's the economy version. The car analogy. They always take you for a test drive in the sort of higher level version of the car, don't they? And then when you get back to the showroom and you're negotiating the price, they're saying, oh, the economy one, doesn't have the air conditioning, it doesn't have the automatic gearbox, it doesn't have this, doesn't have that. So they're taking stuff away, to reduce the price. And conversely, with all the additional stuff, it's going to be a higher price. It's the same in consulting. You're not necessarily selling the solution, the equipment or the technology, but you're selling the concept, you're selling the improvement, the idea of improvement for that business, and your client needs to have some options, not just one option, ideally 2 or 3. I always go for 3. The mid-range that is probably going to suit them, and then the downgraded one, the upgraded one, so that they get a sense of what's the cost benefit of these different solutions. So there we go, this week, all about taking the client on a journey. Thanks for watching. Oh, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button? And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time we have a new video coming out as well. So thanks for watching. You got any questions on that? Comment down below. I'll happily answer them for you.